Hey everybody, I'm Kasha, and welcome back to Sakura Spirit. I'm here with like a Neko girl, and we're picking up right where we left off. Are you ready? Because I'm pretty sure you're going to have to read some lines after that 5 minutes that I had to read almost continuously!
Let's just get going, because I'm pretty sure I'm just going to get overwhelmed with a bunch of different voices to do.
Dot dot dot. Dot 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 dot. Once school was over, I decided to take my chances with a little bit of intel I had managed to obtain from my classmates. If memory served me right, Aria Senpai would be practicing at the dojo today. Of course I knew her. She was a judo student like myself. But for whatever reason, she had been refusing to compete in any tournament for a while now. Aria Senpai, are you around? I shouted her name as I parked my bike, looking around for any sign of the girl.
Ha! Yeah! Yeah! Shut up.
Oh my god, that was hilarious. Heh, follow the shouts and you will find her. I grinned briefly as I saw Aria seemingly in the middle of practicing a series of motions, almost as if she was fighting an imaginary opponent. Perhaps now was the perfect opportunity to surprise her a little. I snuck closer, making sure to make as little noise as possible before I reached a hand out towards her shoulder. Aria! Feeling a hand on her shoulder, Aria reacted. She grabbed hold of my hand, and with a loud grunt, she shifted her weight, curling and tipping me over her shoulder. I didn't have time to brace myself for the impact before I hit the ground like a sack of potatoes.
Serves you right. Yeah! No one sneaks up on the great
Kunoichi.
Kunoichi, Aria! Oh, Taka Boy! I didn't realize it was you! I'm sorry, are you okay?
Kunoichi? More like Tasmanian Devil. That throw didn't have a shred of mercy in it.
There's no mercy in the ring, Taka Boy. Better that you learn that now than in 2 weeks' time. Let me guess. You want to do some sparring, don't you?
She remembered the tournament, but my best female friend and, main female character, Kiyomi, couldn't? What a bitch! I actually came here to ask you something, but I guess a little sparring wouldn't hurt.
Oh, what do you want to ask? We've got all afternoon, and I could do with a bit of a break anyway.
Where to start? You used to take part in big important matches in the past, right? Didn't you ever get nervous before going into the ring?
Oh, yeah. Ha! This one time I got so nervous I hid in the kitchen cupboards until my dad found me and dragged me to the car. Of course, that was when I was 8.
Well, obviously I can't go hide from my match, but one of my friends made the stupid suggestion that I go and pray or something. Honestly, at this point, I'll do anything to calm my nerves a little.
Taka Boy, are you sure about this?
You mean the match? Of course I am! I've been practicing judo ever since I was old enough to walk! This is my chance to finally represent this country and the sport that I love! Aria seemed to think for quite a long time, and all the while tapping her jaw with a finger. Eventually, she snapped her fingers and grabbed a tight hold of me.
Alright, I'll tell you the way to the shrine I know, but it's going to require more than a simple clap of your hands and a bob of your head. You need to give something to the shrine, something of value.
I guess I'll have to think of something before we get there. Thanks, Senpai. I appreciate the help.
I'm your senpai.
Fuck you!
We? Oh, no, Taka Boy. I'm not going with you. I've got training to do. Besides, you've got to take this step yourself. I can draw you a map and show you an easy way to get back here, but you'll be on your own.
You're not tagging along? Not even for a little while?
Afraid so, Taka Boy. Let me just grab some paper. I'll draw that map for you.
After Aria's return, quick preparations were made and I followed the directions noted on the map. Surprisingly, it wasn't all that far. However, the hint on how to find a way back, in case I got lost, was a bit sketchy. Just look down and you'll be able to see the roof of the dojo from anywhere on the hill. The forest near the dojo was my first challenge to overcome. A narrow path coiled along the trees and nearby the river Ichikawa's sister had mentioned. I followed Aria's scribbles with a bit of skepticism, but after an hour or so, I finally arrived at the supposed legendary shrine. Nearby! An hour! What the fuck is wrong with you? The shrine itself seemed surprisingly well maintained, despite it being in the middle of nowhere. It made me wonder if someone could be secretly living there. Perhaps some secret martial arts master? The thought of a hermit living and hiding within a shrine in order to prepare himself for an upcoming battle between good and evil started to dwell in my mind. Very imaginative.
Very well maintained, except for that archway. Look at that thing. It looks like it's gonna fall apart.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Why does it look like it's gonna fall apart?
Like, it looks like the main supports up there are going to crash and crumble underneath you because of the years of abuse that wood has taken.
It's an archway. It's exposed to the elements. That's the pattern on the wood. Don't complain. I guess it's too good to be true. I sighed in annoyance at the fact that, aside from the shrine itself, the grounds surrounding it to be completely abandoned. There was no way anyone could be living here. For the time being, I decided to focus on the reason behind my visit. It only took a few moments before I gathered the courage to approach the building. Once inside, I found a rather fancy-looking altar of sorts at the back of the room. I guess this is the thing everyone is talking about. Silently, I folded up the map I had been given. Putting it inside my bag, I approached the altar. I was kind of skeptical about the whole religious aspect, so I wasn't too sure if this was actually going to work. I don't even think luck will do me much good to match like this. In my opinion, there wasn't any room for things like luck in martial arts. Judo is all about using the knowledge you have gained through training. Of course, a good amount of talent also helps. There was simply no room for something as superstitious as luck. Clearly, this was going to be a match where my experience and talent would be pushed to their limits. Nothing more, nothing less.
How curious! The boy doesn't even believe in superstition, and yet he stands here, surrounded by the very thing he denounces.
Upon hearing the voice, I looked around, trying to find the source, but there was no one to be seen. Who's there?
Quite the cliched question, but the right thing to ask is, where am I?
What are you talking about? Show yourself!
Not yet. Entertain me for a little while longer, would you? This place is a place like no other. Why did you come here if you don't believe in things such as luck?
I came here to prepare myself.
Oh, do enlighten me about what this thing might be that you are preparing yourself for.
I felt a little bit annoyed as the questions continued, but maybe if I kept talking to her, I would be able to find out where Shell was hiding.
Oh, okay.
I found a typo. I'm preparing for a tournament. A judo match.
Judo? What might that be?
Seriously? You don't know what judo is? It's a highly skilled combat art.
Ah! So you're a warrior. Hesitant to go into battle and came here in hopes of finding the resolve to fight.
I'm not sure about the warrior part.
How fortunate. It just so happens that there's need for one of your kind.
My kind? How dare you? My kind? Kind?
A hero! This shrine brings fortune to heroes such as yourself. However, every great hero must sacrifice something in return.
Sounds like what the others mentioned. Your version sounds better, though. Laughing briefly at the story, I decided to play along and clapped my hands together in prayer. So what's next? Do I offer up my allowance or something?
Don't be silly. Money is of little importance to a hero. For you, the sacrifice will be something of much greater value.
My life! No!
I will be looking forward to seeing what destiny has in store for you.
As if on cue, I began to feel nauseated the moment the girl's words reached my ears, my head spinning wildly. Slowly, I staggered backwards, collapsing onto my back. As my vision grew blurry, the sound of approaching footsteps could be heard.
Good luck, hero. You're going to need it.
The voice you chose does not fit that girl.
It really doesn't, but hot damn.
Like, you chose a very happy, cheerful, cutesy voice.
I expected it to be a very happy, cheerful person.
She's cutesy and very sexy, but she definitely needed a more serious voice. Despite my attempts to get back up, all I managed was a brief look at the girl. Brief indeed. If I could whistle, I would.
I wish I would have picked a different voice for this.
Too late! The sight of horns and tail left many questions, but before I had a chance to utter even a single word, my consciousness succumbed to the darkness. Darkness! Da 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 da. Rays of sunlight stirred me back to life, a groan of annoyance leaving my mouth while I tried to get back onto my feet. I felt a bit dizzy, but the first thing I noticed that I was no longer at the shrine. Instead, it looked like the forest near the dojo. Of course, my first thought was to look around to see if I could find the girl from before, but not a trace of her presence remained. To make things even stranger, the path that I had followed amidst the trees seemed better maintained than I remember. I should probably head home. That thought was cut short when the sound of several female voices could be heard nearby.
Oh, shit.
Stern voice! Stern!
Get back here! Hikage, stop them at once! Just what do you think I'm doing? I'm chasing them. I'm trying to stop them. Yeah, I think they noticed what's missing, Oni-sama.
Okay, I'll do this one.
Keep running, little one. We might just make it.
Oh my god.
Just when I thought this day couldn't get any weirder, the sound of heavy... I picked probably a gorgeous girl to do that for. Sound of heavy footfalls. I was the mature voice.
Oh, fuck.
What in the world is going on here? Further ahead, I saw a couple girls in fast pursuit of even more girls. However, there was something off about this scene, something that didn't make any sense. The girls being chased had ears and the tails of an animal, and the pursuers appeared to be armed with a katana and a naginata. Katana girl.
You...
Stern voice, I believe.
They're both stern voices, aren't they?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe, blue is the mature. Red is the... or...
Sing song.
Yeah. Blondie. Redhead is
They're
stern.
both stern.
Yeah, just pick one.
You conniving fox! Come back here at once! Return what you stole immediately! Give me back my panties!
Hey.
Hikage! How could you say something out like that? Something like out loud like that? Ugh.
Cutesy, cutesy.
Haha! Panties! Panties!
Oh no, help, save us from the rampaging women here.
As I watched the girls run off, I couldn't help but find myself struggling with the decision to just leave them be. While I didn't know what in the world was going on, the two girls armed with rather realistic-looking props, surely they couldn't be real, had me worried. I couldn't very well call myself a hero if I let something like this go by without acting. I'm so going to regret this! Mumbling in annoyance, I chased after the girls.
Hikage! Go around to the left! Right! I said left! Why do you always undermine me? I wasn't saying right. I was... You know what? Never mind. Just run after them.
As I was chasing the girls, I noticed that the trees seemed to be getting denser, making it gradually more difficult to navigate along the path.
Oni-sama! I don't think I can run much more. I'm starting to feel a bit... Yeah.
Damn, she's cute. Just a little longer, Mayuko-chan. We're almost... Mayuko, not that. Not now.
You picked the most gorgeous girl to do that for. Damn it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Oni-sama. Scissor attack!
I arrived just in time to find a scene taken straight from an action movie. The girl with the blonde hair had collapsed, held in her companion's protective embrace. The two armed girls were approaching them, almost unmistakably with killing instincts running amok. Any seasoned martial artist would have felt it. These girls were going in for a beating if I didn't stop them.
We've got you now, thieves! I'm gonna personally drag your sorry butts back to town and have you both put in the stocks! Maybe I'll even show you how it feels to run around without any undies on! Yeah! Although I must admit having a breeze down there does feel kinda nice. Keeps me feeling fresh and tingly.
Oh, baby.
Kage, goodness! Don't you have any shame? This isn't about you. It's about our undergarments, stolen, and these two criminals being brought to justice. Yeah, Oni-sama, it hurts. My head hurts.
Shush! It's going to be okay, little one. Hey, guards! If you're so desperate to have your underwear back, then here, catch!
Stop it right
No,
there!
that's me. That's
Oh.
me.
Stop it right there!
However, before I was able to interrupt the conversation, the silver-haired girl tossed something into the air. Whatever it was flying straight towards my head. The two samurai girls instantly grew flustered.
Oh, Jesus.
Ugh! I can't see! Who the hell tosses a... Peeling the items off my face, I raised them into the air, looking like a professor examining an important sample while the thieves made their escape. A pink bra and lacy black panties. Oh boy, I knew this wasn't gonna end well.
Ah! You there! Are you in cahoots with those crafty foxes? And hand those back immediately. Those are evidence of a crime, and not for anyone else to touch. panties right now!
I'm innocent until proven guilty. It's one of the golden rules of court. Just stop pointing those weapons at me so I can hand over your undies without being turned into a shish kebab.
What? No! Shut up! Just drop the evidence and walk away! I am...
Sukino Mio. Sukino Mio.
I am Sukino Mio, chief of the village guards, and I am ordering you to drop what you are holding right now!
I don't know of any village guards, and I seriously doubt a cop would go around dressed like that and wielding a katana. More importantly, the ground here is muddy and dirty. Are you sure I should drop the evidence here? I mean, I could, but...
Yeah!
Before I could react, the pink-haired girl lunged toward me, the pointy end of her naginata aiming for my gut. My reflexes caught in just in time, and I was able to palm away the spear as it sailed through the air. I struck upwards on the wooden shaft of the weapon, sending it up into the air and causing the girl to lose her balance.
Oh, baby. Narumi, I did not order you to attack!
Fine, I'll give them back, jeez. Just my luck to find a bunch of crazy girls with weapons. Extending the hand that held the undies, I tried to hand them over, something that I would soon end up regretting.
Ha! You think I'd fall for something so simple? Fool! You may have fooled me once, but I won't let that happen again!
The woman swung her weapon wide, arcing the thick wooden pole into my side before I could dodge. She then lunged forwards and grabbed me tightly, pulling my arms around behind my back, leaving me with sore ribs and in a prone position. I could have fought back, but I figured it would only lead to more fighting. With the possibility of ending up stabbed, I decided to remain passive. The sword-wielding girl stepped forward and grabbed the silky underwear from my hand triumphantly.
Your methods might be crude, but they do get results, Hikage. Tie him up. We'll bring him in for questioning. He probably knows where those pesky thieves are hiding. Right!
And people wonder why criminals who want to resist arrest at all costs. I mumbled this weakly as the girl with the naginata tied my wrists together with rope, and I soon felt myself dragged by the duo towards the city. Surely once we're out of the forest, you two will stop this act of yours and let me go, right? As much as I like to fool around, I have more important things to do.
The city? Ha! We're not taking you all the way there. You'll be spending the night in the village cells, thief.
Who are you calling a thief? I'm the victim! First I get the undies tossed in my face, and then I have to deal with physical abuse, and now these accusations? Besides, there's no village around these parts. It's a city, you know! Sukino Toshi!
Silence! Hikage, if he speaks again before we get to the village, you have my permission to knock him unconscious.
Soon there, tyrant!
Hehe, that's funny.
And that's how I ended up on my way to a jail cell, cuffed and dragged off by two girls, both of who I suspect were crazy.
Just suspect?
Started to suspect. When we exited the forest, alarms set off in my mind, the city I had lived in my whole life. It was gone! You've got to be kidding me! If I wasn't in Sukino Toshi, where the hell was I?
Hey, no talking! Come on, I don't want to bop you that much. Kind of. Maybe a punch or two. I just want to know how the heck you blocked my strike so easy.
Your attack had a lot of power behind it, but it was kind of predictable. With the right movement and enough force, that's the result you get. Anyway, I'll play along for a bit. Where in the world are we? This clearly isn't my hometown. I mean, the buildings look more like they belong in some sort of classic samurai movie.
Huh? What the heck is a mu-vei? This is Harumaru. It's been here forever. Hikage, I told you to silence him if he spoke again. Actually, you told me that I could, but you didn't tell me that I had to.
Cheeky bitch! Must be tough, being the subordinate of someone like that.
Be quiet, or I will silence you for good.
This time it didn't seem like an idle threat. The girl had unsheathed her katana and was now resting the edge of the blade against my throat. I was already starting to regret having played a hero earlier. Hopefully there would be someone with more common sense in the village. Several minutes later, but unfortunately, that's going to have to be it for this episode, so that way it doesn't drag on for too long. This one's already been a bit longer than the other one. So, if you liked, feel free to like, favorite, share, subscribe, and so on and so forth. And if you want to see more Sakura Spirit, we've got a previous episode, and we're probably going to have some more coming. And if you want to see some of the other games that I've done, I've got those as well. So, with all that being said, I'm Kasha.
I'm like a Neko girl.
And so we go.
Yeah, I bet niggas be sleeping on me. Been laying low, cause the reaper on me. From 12 skinnies, whole block hungry. The streets of Philly, man, I gotta keep my heater on me. Lost souls, fuck hoes and leave them lonely. Rose gold, try and get my pockets like fresh. Them lames ain't know that I was next. I do this shit for life and beyond.